Hello and welcome to India Career Center, the one-stop podcast for students, professionals, parents and guardians. In every episode, we will try to deal with a current topic that needs expert advice related to career guidance and career mentoring. Please welcome your host, Dr. S.P. Mishra to the show and happy listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode on India Career Center. Today I am joined by Mr. Rajesh Goel and his daughter Urvi Goel on this discussion today. We will try to learn about the journey of Urvi Goel in terms of choosing her career to take up the undergraduate studies in UK. So we'll try and understand how was the process for her, and probably in the process we'll try to understand what are the different steps he has taken to take up the decision to take up the undergraduate studies in UK. So with those words, I welcome both Mr. Rajesh Goel and Urvi to the show. Thank you so much, both of you, to give time today on a Sunday late evening. Thank you for your time and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you to you too for bringing us here.
Okay. So to start our conversation, I would like to first start with Urvi. So Urvi, if you can briefly talk about your journey so far.
I am Urvi Goel, and I am right now in the transition period from 12th to college or university. And I have been born in Haryana, and I was raised in Nigeria, Africa. So I have a lot of cultural amalgamation in myself, and it's been a good time. And I studied my 9th to 12th grade in Pune, and it was an IB board. Now I'm ready to go to.
Okay, so we'll come back to more of your journey in some time. Meanwhile, Rajesh ji, welcome and tell us from where you're joining today and take us through your personal journey.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for all bringing me here to talk about myself. My name is Rajesh Goel. I am an engineer by profession. Then I've done my MBA and master's in psychology. And currently I'm based in Nigeria. So as Urvi said that she is brought up in Nigeria, that's because of me, because I work in Nigeria. But it's been a great experience over being here. This is probably the second most cultured continent, after India, probably the oldest culture they also bring. So there's a lot of learning here, although it is underdeveloped country. And being here, and good thing about us is has remained like we have always followed our culture, and we didn't left it behind in India. So I think is a great mix we have, and we see the same in our children also now. That is really good.
Okay, so I didn't know that your MBA plus psychology. So what was psychology for?
It was an interest of my field right from beginning. But in our time, parents used to tell us that what you are supposed to do in your career. So we used to follow that path which our parents used to set. So this thing was always in my mind that I'll do. I mean, recently I did even in this year 2024 I passed out. So I completed my master's in psychology this year only. So I wanted to do it. So when I felt that I have time, I can do it.
Okay, so I mean, I resonate with you actually. In fact, I am actually doing a psychology course right now.
Oh,
It's an
wow.
online course. Yes. I think psychology, philosophy, all these studies are actually very interesting. We never
Yes,
got
yes,
that
yes.
opportunity. Like you, I am an also an engineer, and I felt there's a need to learn about this subject. So I'm also
Yes,
doing
and
that.
it's a very interesting subject actually.
Yes,
Interesting.
it
Yeah,
is. It is. And in fact, all the human interactions are all about psychology, actually, to
exactly.
speak.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
strongly feel that psychology is one area which ideally should be learned by everybody. It should not be limited
Yes,
to
yes,
any
yes.
particular trade.
Yes. I even told Urvi to take subject as psychology. She even took it, but then she felt that she might not get good grades if she continues studying. So she kept it for later on, you know. So
Yeah,
yeah, actually everybody
I
should learn.
correct. I agree with you. In fact, Urvi, it is a good advice. In fact, probably the theory part of it is slightly complicated to understand or comprehend. But if you will realize that in future in life, all are human interactions, and it's all about human interactions, right? Going forward, of
Yes.
course, your
And
core skills are there.
especially when you're learning performing arts, you are doing a career in performing arts. All the way, psychology plays a lot of role to, understand the different thoughts and different people, because it is all about cultures and people.
I agree with you. It's not about just the dance career. In fact, any profession, you need to
Yeah.
understand the psychology of people, and that's how you actually can interact with
Yes.
others in the right
I
frame of
think
mind.
even if we talk in the context of dance, I think emotions and expressions, when you're understanding the emotions and expressions of the character that you're playing.
That's right. Absolutely. Great. So that's a good new discovery for me. Even for me, it was, yes. Okay, moving on. Now, Urvi, let's try and understand a little more about your journey. So, you decided to take up undergraduate in dance, which is quite unusual. I have interacted with so many students of mine, but none of them have taken up a core subject like this in dance to take up. So tell us your backstory as to how it actually came about. I mean, what was the thought process? At what age did you feel that dance is something which you're going to take up, and what and the form of dance which you are taking up? So tell us the entire process of how you came about to take up this as a profession.
So I think I was 4 or 3 years old, and we had this small get together party kind of thing in Mumbai when we were living in Mumbai. And over there was this, I think I prepared a dance on Bam Bam Bole just for fun, family gathering. And I performed, and everybody clapped, and it felt nice to experience, like, people appreciating what I'm doing and stuff like that. Then when I went in, like, when I was 6 years old, we had a society gathering on Independence Day, and my mother choreographed a group dance, and we won first place in that for Independence Day. And that first sense of victory, and that first medal that I got in dance, it was like, it felt so nice. But I think I didn't really have dance classes in Mumbai, which made me want to actually go and dance, and want to dance like properly. So I didn't really continue it then. But when I came to Nigeria, my dad put me into a lot of sports, music, dance, and everything. And all these things, like, I've trained in table tennis, lawn tennis, and so many more, like piano and everything. But everything that I did, I think I left it halfway through, or like within just like 3 to 4 months of training. But when I joined my dance class in Nigeria, um I that's the only thing I continued consistently. And it actually, I was always eager to go to dance class. I was always like, I want to go, I want to dance and everything. So that's when 2 3 years passed by with me dancing continuously. That's when I realized that, okay, this is something that makes me happy, or this is something that I want to do in my life because it brings joy. So that's when I decided that, okay, this is something that I want to do. And I took it up and told my dad about it. Actually, my dad was the one who asked me if I want to take up dance because he saw me dancing, and I said yes. Yeah. So
That's very interesting. Rajesh ji, dance as a career is not very usual, and coming from a traditional family. So, what actually prompted you to allow your daughter to take up something like this? What was the thought process for you?
Well, actually, we started a conversation about psychology, that why I did psychology now, because, in our time, we also probably had so many things in our mind. We had a lot of natural creativity in our mind, which we were not able to, you know, we couldn't do it as a profession. Probably, I mean, I just believe I am an engineer by profession, but probably if I was something else, which I wanted to, I would have been much better than what as an engineer I am today. So that was the only thought that carried me for a long time about my children, that I should explore. That was the reason that we tried to, involve Urvi and my other daughter also into different activities, so that they can really understand that what they really want to do, what they feel passionate doing. Because I believe that is, I mean, at the end of the day, money is important, but not only important. Because if you are not happy with what you're doing with your life, and you are earning a lot of money, that also doesn't give comfort. So that was the whole process. Then on the second side, my personal feeling about dance, when I saw that she is interested into dance, I felt that at least she will remain fit, if she continue dancing. Because that is the biggest challenge with the children today, that they are so stuck with the mobiles and technology and all, that they don't want to do any hard work, any fitness, any exercises. And also that was a byproduct of my happiness, uh, but mostly I was happy about that, what she want to do, if she is able to realize it. That is the biggest thing, that your child know what they want to do. So if we know, and our job is only to find out that what they are good at, what they are interested in, what they really want to do in their life, what they feel doing happy, what is that thing which they can do for a lifetime and remain happy and always excited about doing it. So that's what was the whole idea of my thought process when I saw her, that she feel happy, she's doing good in dancing. So I asked her that whether if you want to build a career, let's look for something which can take you there. I mean, rather than going through a conventional education. That's how we got into this.
And who were your motivators? This is a question for both Urvi as well as Rajesh ji. Uh, so I mean, what I picked up is probably in the younger age, your mother probably helped you in choreography and things like that. Probably she played a part in this also. But apart from that, who have been your biggest motivators, influencers, idols? First, the question is to Urvi, and then Rajesh ji. Coming from traditional Indian society, it's not very usual to think like how you have thought for your children. So I'm sure you would have also got influence looking at somebody. So both the questions are to both of you. So whoever wants to go first.
okay. I'll go first. So obviously my biggest motivator is my dad. My parents both actually, but my father, because he's the one who's always supported me in my dancing career, and always, even when I felt like I couldn't, maybe I wouldn't be able to earn much from it, he was the one who said, if that makes you happy, even if you're earning less, it's fine. And other than that, my idols, I think my first idol was Hrithik Roshan. I don't know. When I saw him dancing in Bollywood movies and everything. But then I explored Michael Jackson, then I explored step up series of dance. And I think till now, till date, my favorite dancer would be Adam Savani. He's from Step Up and he does break dancing. And looking at him dance, it feels nice. So it's like, I think that's
Okay,
so
Rajesh ji,
that.
over to you.
Well, I think what Urvi has chosen as a career path, and uh, I, except my wife, I don't think that I was supported by anybody in this decision. Yeah, I mean, including my family, my parents were completely against it. They are still against, but they have started saying that, okay, if she's doing it, let's not say anything negative. But till she, till it was not decided that she's going for this career, they always tried that she should take another career path, another subject or something else. So, I mean, my wife has supported me, so that's the biggest support, for me, because if she wouldn't support, then the biggest problem is so. So she has been a support, good support. So then
And
my brother and my sisters, they have always been neutral about it, and indirectly they have supported me in this decision. So, but like you said, that it is a radical choice, so probably we are one of them, and slowly, gradually, people will follow what we
mhm.
are doing. Yeah.
So can I say that probably you have got influence because you have got exposed to the world in a larger scale. I mean, first initially worked in Bombay, which is away from your place where you grew up,
Hometown.
and then you have been out of India. You're probably exposed to the international um, cultures amongst everything. So that has also helped in this decision making.
Well, let me tell you that I mean, in my school days and college days, I was the general secretary for cultural club. So I always had this, inclination towards this kind of theater, arts, and all these things. But yes, we became engineers, so thought that if she want to do something similar, then let us make her what she want to be. So,
Acha. So
I mean, my
if
dad
you
holds an interest in dancing. So I think that also like take up as an influence because he also likes dancing. So I think
okay, so मतलब वो जीन पास हो गया एक्चुअली टू.
yeah, possibly, yes.
our whole family dances in
Yeah,
that
my,
case. I
my
think
wife is also a natural dancer. She also dances very well. So we
Okay,
have done couple of performances also here in Nigeria.
wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Urvi, I mean, when you when it was clear that you are going to take up dance as a career, um, probably during your early years itself, you could make out, and then during the school phase, that is between 9 to 12, you actually started looking at different options. So I know, I mean, through our interactions, I know that you were initially looking at USA and UK. So what was the process? How did you finally decide which one to take up between first the country, whether to go to US or UK, and then how did you decide on the university?
so. Initially, I was looking at a lot of countries. Actually, mostly it was Australia and New Zealand because my dad really wanted me to go to those two places. But later, when I searched for dance universities and all, I didn't really find any course of my interest. I mean, I am more into Western dancing, like hip hop, urban dancing, and all, which is very rare in colleges. So in certain universities which were in UK and US were the only places where I could find something of my interest. So yes, in I think not in ninth, but in 10th grade we started having these sessions of university counseling and everything in our school. That's when I started looking for universities, and 11th grade was the crucial time when I connected with you, and we searched up universities and everything. So yeah, so that's where I chose US and UK because I felt like those were the countries which had something that I wanted to do rather than ballet and contemporary or whatever the other colleges were offering. So
And you had a very clear interest for a particular dance form, which is the urban hip hop kind of dance.
Yeah.
Uh, so,
So
what was the process? I mean, how you thought about that?
So, I have learned a lot of dance styles in Nigeria, like a lot. I have trained in a professional dance class, so they used to teach a lot. I've even learned Odissi in Nigeria from a Nigerian teacher. So, those, I mean, I've done so many, but I think the only one that I actually, I mean, I enjoyed every dance style, but I think the only one that I enjoyed was urban dancing because it had like beats and those are these songs that I listen to, those the kind of songs that they use. So that's when I came to a conclusion where I want to go for urban dancing specifically. So that's when I started looking for universities specifically into the urban dance course.
Okay. And then, of course, you out of the top university list, you started looking at which one to take up in UK, and you chose Kingston. So tell us
Yes.
about that.
So I think Kingston is the only university. I mean, the others also offer the same thing, kind of, but Kingston was the one that offered hip hop, specialization in hip hop in second and third year of my course. The location and like it's in London, so that also like appealed to me. And yeah, it's the campus is nice and everything. So those are the factors that made me want to choose Kingston.
Okay. So, Rajesh, now coming to you, studying in UK is not very cheap. So, when you started thinking about it, maybe 2 years, 3 years back, how did you start preparing for the funding part of it for the education?
Yeah, well, actually, I think that I was quite fortunate, that Urvi took a decision that she want to learn dancing and then the dancing form also. So even I did a lot of research online and I tried to find out. My first priority was that if she can get this course in India, definitely because it is my home country and fees will also be less and we can always give support and other things. But when I found that there is nothing in India related to what she want to learn, then I started looking for other universities across the world, and I got a fair idea about the financial part, that how much is going to cost. And I started working on it right from then, started saving the money because this was an important decision of her life and the future. So I think we started, and but then when we associate with you and you also recommended many universities based on our interest area, and then you gave us the cost and all, then it became little precise for us that what exactly is required. So that helped a lot. And I think with all that pre-planning, it really helped to source the funds and keep it ready and preserved for her education. So that way, I am not feeling as tight right now, that I'm very tight in a very tight situation while she's going for abroad studies. I think it helped a lot with the pre-plan.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we probably started interacting about close to about 15 months back. And
Yes, yes,
yeah, and so through that process, we got to know what could be the probable
yes,
courses
expense.
and universities,
Yes,
expenses, and so on and so forth.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, Urvi, now that you have decided and soon you'll be flying to UK, so what would be your suggestion, advice to your younger batchmates or your schoolmates in your school as well as in across rest of the world?
Okay, so I think through my journey, I can say that explore your interests. I think because I have also explored so many things, and that's when I came to a stop where I want to go for dance. So I feel like joining a lot of activities and doing extracurriculars and everything makes you realize if you're into like science, arts, technology, literature, or anything like that. And it helps you understand what makes you happy. So I think doing something or excelling at something that you like gives you the most happiness and makes you want to do it. And I think um you should research a lot. I guess researching a lot helps. um Researching about the universities that you want to go to, first creating a big list and then sorting it out into different categories and like shortlisting them. And having a counselor is great help because they help you understand your career path if you're confused, or you can seek mentorship properly in financing and application process and everything. And I feel like also, if like anyone's ever stuck that on between two things, or like they've like for example, if I'm always stuck on dance, and at some point I was confused where I was like, "Ki, maybe I want to do something else, maybe I don't want to go for dance because of the career path and everything." But it's always okay to not be sure about what you want to do. And many students always panic about those things, that I'm in 11th grade and I still do not know what I want to do with my life. And I think that's okay. It You can still work on it and get your stuff together and decide what you want to do. So yeah, those were the things that I think I can give forward to my younger people.
Yeah. I think we'll catch up with you also once you're there, you're settled down. Probably we'll
Yes.
do one more conversation like this when you're there in the campus, and you're probably 6 months old in the campus, to understand a little more about how things are, and
Yes.
that would be interesting. So Rajeshji,
Yes.
what would be your advice to the parents, young parents, uh, of equivalent of Urvi or maybe younger than them? Many of them will have to take decisions about their life in terms of career path. So, what is your suggestion or advice to those parents?
Well, uh, every child is different and their requirements are different. So I think it is very important to understand your child with a deep counseling, make them comfortable to speak that what they really want to do in their life. So to understand is very important. And once we understand, then, we can, if we have what they want to do, then we can do from our side, we can do an exhaustive work and, uh, to identify that where they can achieve it in a best way. So that is the first goal. And I think it should be started maybe 1 or 2 years before the time comes, so that we have a very good clarity. And there are certain things which keep changing. You may get some better ideas every day. So you should give sufficient time for that, because if you start thinking 1 or 2 months before that, then you will take a decision in haste and which might not be correct. So it's better to start planning 1 or 2 year ahead of the time. That's my suggestion. And then shortlist the universities and understand the admission criteria, where Dr. Mishra, you have helped us a lot, in understanding the universities, which universities are good. We also had a list. You remember that
Hmm.
initially we also had some list, but then when we spoke to you, you also told a lot of universities, and probably the university which she is going in now was not even in our list
Hmm.
finally. So that helped a lot from your side. So I think that is also a big task. I would not say it is an easy work. It's a big task to do. So probably get in touch with the expert and get the make we had a lot of counseling session with you, and we really disturbed you, and I think Urvi also disturbed you a lot. No, I want to do this. I only want this. I So But that is where you played a very calm and patient role. Your role was very good in terms of that. You understood and you tried to look for those solutions, and it helped us a lot. But yes, it has to happen uh, in an earlier stage, maybe in 11th or early in 12th grade. When you start in 12th grade, that's my suggestion to the parents, so that we also do our homework along with that and understand and make up our mind. Yeah, then preparation of the list, then so that you have sufficient time, what you are looking at in future, what will be your expenses in terms of lodging, in terms of boarding, in terms of school fees or university fees. So you are prepared well ahead. You have a clarity in your mind, at least 12 months ahead of time. So you can easily plan rather than getting panic at the end of the day. I have seen some of the parents, they are really panicking when they were making a balance, the balance requirement, that they say that bank statements and all, because they didn't had sufficient, the funds were not showing sufficient in their bank account. Probably, I am not saying that they don't have funds, but probably they invested into mutual funds, they invested into some other things, which if we know in the beginning, maybe 12 months before, you can materialize them and keep the funds sufficiently available. And like, there was a very good suggestion from you, which I still cherish, that you told us in May, even though the admission was not, I mean, we had a provisional admission of Urvi, but you told us that we should book her ticket. So that also saved a lot of money. I mean, today the ticket was 36,000 rupees, then now it probably 70,000 rupees, or more than that.
Correct.
So it's all saving. I mean, that all things count when your child is going for a university admission, that too abroad. A lot of expenses are coming up. So even a single penny, if you can save with the pre-planning, which really helps. So I think
Fantastic.
that's all. Yeah.
No, fantastic. I think what I love about this conversation is the progressiveness of a parent about a career which is not very usual, and the maturity of the student to take up something which not normally people don't choose, and it's not something which is usually taken up. For me also, Urvi, you're a special child, because I had not actually mentored anybody like you before you came across 15 months back. In the process, I learned a lot about a lot of things which I had to do a lot of research to guide you actually.
Yes. I'm sure it was equally difficult for you.
Yeah, but then I enjoyed doing it. That is what makes it interesting, to be able to help somebody with what is required. Because as Rajesh you rightly pointed out, every individual is unique, and if we are able to bring that uniqueness to the forefront, then everybody will do well actually in life. So we just have
Yes.
to have the right kind of guidance, support, and mentorship. I think it is not possible without the support of parents, without the support of the school, as well as the counselors. I think all play important role in this process. So
Yes,
I
true.
think fantastic, and I wish both of you safe journey to UK, and have fun. And Urvi, I'm looking forward to another conversation when you're in UK, to learn more
Yes.
about the subject. I think I'm also curious to learn about it, so that I can guide more children who are looking for such courses in future. Yeah,
Yes. Sure.
great. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining. Thank you, Rajesh ji. I know we are in a
Thank
different
you.
time zone, and I
Yeah.
blocked part of your Sunday, so please go back to whatever you have to do now. And
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's always good to have a conversation with you. Actually, we always learn one or two things whenever we communicate with you, with your experience and all. We always have advantage. We are always at advantage. So we're always happy to get connected with you.
Thank you so much, and wishing a lot of success for Urvi as well as Rajesh ji to entire family of yours. Thank you so much for the
Thank,
conversation.
Thank you for
thank
having
you.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. We sincerely wish you could take something from our conversation today and be able to apply it to your life in a positive way. We value your feedback. This can help us improve our future episodes. So share your thoughts to serve you better. If you want us to focus on a topic which you think is of importance, let us know. We will share our expertise in future episodes. So, see you soon with a new topic and help you in your career journey.